much, Prof. Welcome back to the Human Wheel. This is where we discuss real issues every day. By the way, Prof, you are telling me when we were on a break, you're telling me some kind of experiences, and we want to talk about the conference. And by the way, you told me you're writing a book. Prof, let's go direct. Does conferencing because during all times, I think there was a lot of culturing, collecting of our youths together, and sons and daughters, and giving them some good lessons. Prof, conferencing and workshops, are they important?
Well, thank you very much, Silas. Thank you for having me this little break. That break was good, was necessary, because I need to swallow saliva a little bit. Lack of conferences, workshops, and forums. I want to say, yes, they would contribute to the kind of behavior we have, because there's no time there is a forum where the youth can be able to be instructed, to interact, and be able to learn from the elders and the seniors and their mentors. But I want to say this. The conference that we have today are at college level, at the university here. We have opportunities for forums and workshops, and we invite, through the Dean of Students and other officers, we invite guest speakers to cut from all realms of life, from the spiritual to corporate world and others, to come and talk to our students about careers, about what to expect in life. But unfortunately, there's an apathy level of some students. You get a small number who are very keen, but the majority of them tend to be just to take it very easy. I remember one of the most recent conference we had here about the launching of the MBA program, and also there was a conference whereby we had the third international conference that we held here at PETER University. But we had just to go and fish out students from classrooms and also stop someone going home after classes. So the challenge is getting the students to understand that through conferences, through workshops, through forums, they can learn a lot of things. Right now there's another program coming up that we expect students to be part of it. How do you begin into life? You are in the university, but you can be able to begin planning for your future as you study here. So one of the things is through conferences and forums, people learn. They exchange ideas. They learn from people who have experienced the field, and they are mentored thereby. And they also have networks. Remember, we had a forum here, a team of professors from other universities, and also from the corporate world, and some of the students here got internship right there. In fact, they had the internship they were giving out, and they talked about their business and their corporate world and the shared experiences. So they are very important in terms of building character and also networking for income, employment, and also occupation and learning, so that you are able to go to the next level. The unfortunate thing is that most of our students need to be prodded to move to the next level. And that's what I will be talking about at the end. What do we do to move the next level? But then traditionally also talking about the forums, right, in the villages and so on. Because at the end of the day, most of these students, when they have a break, they go home, they go to wherever they go, and out there are also conferences. There are Christian conferences, I know, there are faith-based conferences, there are also seminars there, and even the community. We expect students to do that. They are rare, yes, are not as many, but when they are there, we challenge students to take advantage of this. Even adults, even your own staff and faculty here, we also challenge them. Now, what do you do out there in the village? Do you bring together youth and encourage them and mentor them? And this is the way to go. And then we encourage the youth to be also active, proactive. One of the things I didn't mention is proactivity, that most of our students, most of the youth today, that's why the character goes into something else that is that desirable, because they are not proactive. They're not really keen to see and to work for it. It also takes work to be able to be proactive and be able to look for what is really helpful for you to move the next level.
Prof, this talk, I think when we stop talking, we will start fighting, because what you are talking, I don't know if people know outside here, but really these are very important issues. You were talking about parents. What should our parents do? We have said they are collecting school fees, they are struggling with this life, and we understand, and all these other kind of challenges. But I think we have we must have few minutes for our children and our youths. What can you tell these parents to do?
Parents, wherever they are, they have a bigger responsibility. I normally say children are from God. God gives us children and gives us a responsibility to bring them up, lay the foundation, of the values that we expect from them when they grow and become adults. But today's parent, unfortunately, today's parent is busy running to provide for the family. But I want to challenge them that they should have time for their children, even know how the children are doing, not only in the primary school, secondary school, even university, to have time and share and find out from their child, how have you done? Son, daughter, how is university? Well, how have you done your programs? By the way, the good thing we have in this university, ZTech University, we have what we call partnership forum, where we partners are parents, and we invite them, parents and sponsors, and we invite them to a forum. These COVID-19 challenges, it was online, and we had the last one, I think, about 4 months ago, and we are going to plan another one, whereby we talk with the parents also. We discuss with them their roles and their responsibilities, so that they know that they need to have time with their children, they need to have time with their youth, so that they're able to gauge how they're doing, and more so impact those values that they want to see their children when they grow up to be. Many times we tell them, look, you have a responsibility, because once the child finishes high school and go to college, they will spend less time with you. But find time to share with them. Don't fear them that they have been to school, because some parents, really, when their child goes to university, they say, I never had a opportunity to go to university and I have nothing to tell the kid. There's still something. We tell them, you still have some values to pass to your child, knowing how they adjust in society. Because society will not mind whether you are born to university or you have a degree or a certificate or you've never been to school. But the kids, how do you stay? How do you live with the people wherever you'll be? And so the parents, we urge them and we encourage them. We challenge those who have no time to create time for their children. And money is not sufficient. Providing for children is not sufficient. What they need is your time being available with them. I remember one of my granddaughters, when my daughter, who is going to be working overseas, was now stopped her business because she was working at the same time running a bakery, very, very industrious child. And she said, I'm happy my mom has stopped begging. She will now have time for us. Because whenever she was home, she was very busy baking, trying to make money to be able to support the family, because she was working. The spouse lost his job a few years back, and so she had to make ends meet. Besides her career, she was also running this small business in the house, and so the daughter made it very clear, and we all laughed, because she was very genuine. This daughter was very genuine. Mom, we are happy you are home, because you are now have time for us to listen to us and be able to tell us how, when you are growing up, what are the things that we are taught by grandpa and grandma, so that we are able also to go and tell our children.
Prof, I want us to talk about as well. I want us to discuss the leadership from the political class, institutional, enterprises, and up to the lowest. You know, is there something that we as youths and children are learning from the politicians and other leaderships, like? You know, and also there's a friend of mine actually at home back. He was telling me, you know, sometimes people change characters and behaviors even in the institutions, because probably you have something in common that you are competing for. I want you to castigate across those two issues, Prof. No.
Thank you, Silas, for that. Leadership, you touched on one of the key things that is making this country be where it is in terms of the problems, the challenges we are facing. Number one, leadership, I believe, is God-given. And number two, leadership should be value-based. What are values and morals and ethics? What are you bringing? Leadership is supposed to be, good leaders are examples where people want to emulate. They want to follow, not by coercion, but by just seeing and saying, I want to be like my president, I want to be like my principal, I want to be like my vice chancellor, I want to be like my headmaster, or I want to be like my parent, because you provide leadership that is desirable. And this comes in because of the values. What values do we have? Unfortunately, we have lost values, our values. Our moral values are gone. That's why you hear about corruption. And when young children grow up and saying corruption, so and so was just the other day working, shuttling in their careers, are today building a mansionette, they have a big car running around, and that's the where is this from? Are these the leaders we are looking for? So values, morals, this is what we need to build and inculcate from right at the beginning. When we see things that are wrong in terms of corruption, in terms of things that will be able to negate the good values that we built, so that people don't go for quick money. Today the youth, I want to tell you, they want quick money. Number one, betting now. There's betting games and so on have actually again affected the character of our youth, because they think of quick money. After quick money, what happens? Property, real quickly property and so on. All these are leadership that is based on quicksand. We are saying for solid foundation, values that are based on moral values, godly values of loving your neighbor as yourself, and being able to lead others towards, not by coercion like we have been seeing in the recent past. People are coerced, even bribed to vote a certain way. These are not the type of leaders we're looking for. We're looking for leaders who will be able to tell, to people can see and emulate, in terms of we have everything for everybody. In our society, God has endowed us with the skills and knowledge that we are able to share. If you are in leadership position, you aspire to be in a leadership position, or you are promoted to a leadership position, you should be a servant. Servant leadership is what we're looking for. We are lacking that today because people want to go quick way. They've seen a neighbor, or the MC now has so much, or the MP. The other day they were debating about changing the constitution so that we have a term limit for MPs, and someone saying no. When you do that, it means you are human rights, our rights. But we said you are not perpetually the monopoly of resources in terms of leading. It should be open to all, from the youth to the oldest generation, that are able to provide. And the key thing here is value-based. Are we on the core values that we swore to do? God-given values that are enshrined in our constitution, and even our song, national anthem in this country. When you sing that song and think about it, really, if we start and sang that and reflected on the words, Kenya would be different than where we are today, where you're having leadership that's based on bribery, based on thievery, based on many things, whereby the selfishness that has taken over. It's a leadership because I want to grab more. I want to be that position because I want more. I can influence the tendering system. I can be able to do ABCD and the courts will not take me anywhere because I have so much that I can influence them.
You just start developing that character before you get there.
Exactly right. Even students in university and college like yourselves, some are saying, how can I be rich? I'm going to school, yes, but I want to have this ABCD. Yeah. During the time we're growing up, really, we work hard. You earn your money, nothing for free. And that's another thing I want to bring in from the Western world. Western world, children are brought up to don't accept anything for free. Work for it. And here in Kenya, anything for free is good. Even you, when your parents are sponsoring, you pay back. Make sure that you pay back in a different way. When you're staying home, pay back. So leadership that is based on values, based on treating one another with love, God love, based on I want to live the world better. Whatever position I'm in, I want to live it better than I found it. And I want to encourage others. I want to be an example that people will want to coalesce around you. Not because you have so much to give them, but because they can see you. They see what is in you that can change their lives, build them up, give them hope. Leadership that gives hope, not the one that of threats. We have a lot of this today. Some MPs using funny tactics to intimidate their would-be competitors. That's not leadership. And this is what we need to bring up from the homes. Now, parents, we talk about the parents. That's what it should be. Schools. School system should be emphasized. The churches, the mosques should emphasize this in terms of value-based. What are our values? And not glorify, not applaud those we know stole our funds, or we know they got dubious resources, or they got a position dubiously. Today we have that. Who knows who to get into a position? We should not glorify them. We should shun them and be able to build what is going to be good for society.
Today we even it is like we just take ourselves into those behaviors. Like, I want to be a politician so that I can rob. You earn that behavior. I want to become someone so that I can do this. I want to become a leader so that I can steal. So what you're saying is there is an extent in which we have characters that we take ourselves in. It's not ours.
Exactly. Role models. Who are our role models? When you ask your colleagues, you ask people, who are your role models? What will they be talking about? Some of these successful people, they would look at the politicians who have so much, lawyers who have so much, or people in your profession, for example, who have so much, and so on. They will look at this in terms of what they own. If you own, you have nothing. They would laugh at you. I remember in one case, a person was retiring, and he had to serve the government, the office, with all diligence, and he retired with only what he had earned as his salary. his small house and his small shamba, and he went back happy man. But people laughed at him and said, look at this one here. He went together with so and so, so and so, so much. You know, he owns thousands of acres of land and property, but because of theft, the guy said, I am happy in my heart because I served well. I never took a penny that did not belong to me, and a penny that I didn't earn. And this is what we need to be loved. That don't accept it for free. Be contented. Work for it.
Prof, we really need to talk this, and we can talk until evening, you know, because these are issues and we are lacking to put them outside here. And that's why I appreciate so much you coming to the Human. Thank you so much. And by the way, really you need to talk to persons there, because we need a punchline from you, you know. We have really discussed a lot, and I think it has been a beautiful moment. You can have your word about character, behavioral changes, as well as what you feel is important for our audience. Prof.
Thank you. My punchline is this. Number one is focus on what you do best to be able to serve society and humanity. That's why we're here. We need one another, irrespective of our backgrounds or level of education. We need one another, and we need to see that person, that Mama Mboga, that Hats boy in Maralal, and that Mzee up there in Loyangalani who's sleeping hungry with no food, that we are able to work together so that we are able to provide for these people. Kenya is big, we have resources that are many, and we need to see how these resources can be harnessed to the benefit of all Kenyans and beyond. And for the students, I want to say this, that you have a good opportunity to make yourself the best you can ever be. I use the analogy of an eagle. The eagle, the bad eagle, flies high, and so high that it goes as high as 5 kilometers up there, and can see prey down there 5 kilometers. And when it comes for it, it's focused. May you be focused in your lives. Don't be influenced by others, your peer pressure, where you're pushing you to change your character, your behavior. What the good things that you are taught by your parents, and even the church where you go to, mosque, they teach you good things, values about society, values about how to live with other human beings. We have only one planet, and we want to make sure that we leave this world better than we left it. And you can only do that. You have the opportunity, the youth, you have the opportunity not to be influenced by money. Money will not buy anything. I want to tell you this. Money is just temporary. But what you need to do is, do you have a peace of mind? Seeing the country, seeing your nation, seeing yourself 50 years from where you are, irrespective of your age. Look at 50 years, 60 years. God gives you opportunity to live up to 80, up to 100. What do you want to live in this world, so that when people see you, they say, so and so lived here. Here's a mark. I'm also talking about the book. Let me mention that. You touched it. I'm putting up a book, my own book, talking about the title. September title right now is Echoes from the Mountain, Mount Yalgan. I was bred. I grew up there. I walked to school, and now I'm a professor in a senior university, and I've been to places. I've dined with kings and queens, and because of determination. And this is what I want to say. Young people, be determined. Let your circumstances not influence you. See beyond that. And God, whom I want to say you should worship also, you should know that God has a purpose in your life. That's why you are here. Otherwise you would be sick. You would not have reached the age you are. Look at what God wants for you and have a vision. A person without the vision will perish. But one with the vision and looking at what God expects of you in terms of growing up, in terms of being there for others, I want to say you have made your mark and the difference in this world. May God bless you.
Thank you, Prof. This is the Human Will, and this is how we do it every day, by the way. You can be part and parcel of this conversation, and you must be part and parcel of this conversation. Keep tweeting up 034, and you can also get me through my YouTube channel, Silas Cheminingwa, as well as on Facebook, Silas Cheminingwa. This is the Human Will. Today we are discussing and talking character and behavioral changes. By the way, Prof, you've really made good points. Even myself, I was not expecting to learn more than how I have learned today, and it's beautiful having you, Prof. You know, these days we don't.
Thank you so much, and the Lord bless you.
Thank you so
and
much.
Make sure that you wear whatever is required. The mask must be there. I must mask myself, because we need you tomorrow. We need your children also and your grandchildren, and we need to make a mark in this country.
Thank you so much, our viewers. Goodbye, good luck, God bless you. Until another time.
Bye for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is your water, don't
I'll carry it with me. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, you're a good interviewer. That's excellent. Yeah, I must say you're excellent. Don't you think so, the audience out there? He's a good interviewer. He's the next Jeff Koinange. Next Wahika Mamura. And the others you see over there talking. many others. So I think this is good. Thank you. The young man, the accountant left.